Makes an artist the voice of a generation. It's not just the chart-topping hits or sold-out arenas. It's resilience, reinvention, and raw, unapologetic truth. And no one embodies that more than Miley Cyrus. From Disney darling to rock and roll rebel, every chapter of her life has shattered expectations and rewritten the rules. These are 15 moments that prove Miley isn't just a pop star. She's the artist of our time. Before she had her own voice, Miley lent it to an alter ego. Hannah Montana wasn't just a Disney Channel phenomenon. It was a cultural takeover. Millions of young fans tuned in weekly to watch a girl live a double life, never realizing the real double life was Miley's. Behind the glitter and wigs was a teenager balancing fame, identity, and the crushing weight of expectations. It launched her into global superstardom, but it also locked her in an image she'd spent years trying to break. But then came a song that quietly began her exit from the world. The Climb and the End of Hannah Montana. Released in 2009, The Climb wasn't just a powerful ballad. It was quite a revolution. It marked the emotional peak of her Hannah Montana journey, but more importantly, it hinted at what was coming next. The lyrics about pushing forward, growing stronger, and trusting your path weren't written for a character, they were written for Miley. It wasn't her first true crossover moment. The music still tied to Disney, but the message clearly her own. The Climb symbolized her transformation from child star to serious artist. A goodbye wrapped in hope, a climb out of a box and into herself. But even as she looked ahead, one song made sure she'd never forget where she came from. Party in the USA. Party in the USA becomes a cultural anthem. At first, Party in the USA seemed like just another upbeat radio hit, but over time, it became something more, a cultural time capsule, an instant mood lifter, a karaoke staple, and a meme fueled national anthem of millennial joy. Released during a moment of image transition, the track gave fans a new connection with Miley, one that didn't rely on wigs, scandals, or reinvention. It was carefree, infectious, and unknowingly immortal. Whether blasting through 4th of July speakers or trending after a major election, the song always returns, reminding everyone that sometimes a pop song really can define a generation. But Miley wasn't built to play it safe. It was the moment that made headlines, memes, and moral panic. Miley's performance with Robin Thicke at the VMAs wasn't just shocking, it was a full-blown cultural reset. Critics called it crass, fans called it iconic, but behind the twerking and foam fingers was a young woman demanding control of her own image, flipping the script on everything the industry wanted her to be. It wasn't about approval, it was about liberation. But this was only the beginning of her rebellion. Stripped down emotionally and literally, Wrecking Ball wasn't just a breakup anthem, it was a war cry. The vocals, raw and aching, proved Miley could sing circles around her peers, but the visuals, controversial, vulnerable, and unforgettable. It was her declaration. She wasn't hiding anymore, and the world listened. The song shattered streaming records and cemented her as a serious force in pop. But even in the spotlight, Miley was still searching. Bangers wasn't an album, it was an explosion. Produced by Michael Made It, featuring names like Future and Britney Spears, it bridged pop, hip hop, and chaos in a way no one else was doing. Every song dripped with confidence and contradiction. It was the sound of a young woman burning her past to the ground and dancing in the ashes. Still, not everyone could keep up with the fire. Most pop stars play it safe. Miley went psychedelic. In 2015, she dropped Miley Cyrus and Her Dead Pets, an experimental, trippy, lo-fi project made with the Flaming Lips. Released for free, it confused critics and fascinated fans. It wasn't built for radio, it was built for honesty. No filters, no handlers, just Miley's voice in all its strange, spacey glory. And underneath the chaos was a grieving heart. In 2018, wildfires tore through California. Miley lost everything: her home in Malibu, the sanctuary she built with her then fiancé Liam Hemsworth was gone. And with that, a chapter of her life closed forever. But Miley didn't fall apart. She donated generously to relief efforts, raised awareness, and quietly started again. But pain always finds its way into music. After years of breakups and tabloid drama, Miley and Liam Hemsworth found their way back to each other. And Malibu was her love letter to that second chance. A soft, stripped down, and unexpectedly sweet song that marked a new era. One where Miley wasn't trying to shock the world, but simply express real, vulnerable love. It wasn't flashy, it wasn't provocative, it was peaceful. And it showed that beneath the chaos, Miley was always chasing for something real. They were always the couple that defined a generation until they weren't. After nearly a decade of on and off headlines, Miley released Slide Away, a moody, heartbreaking single that laid it all bare. It wasn't just a breakup song, it was a funeral for a future that never happened. Lines like, "Move on, we're not 17, cut deep. It was poetic closure, and fans felt every word. But Miley wasn't done with breakup just yet. Behind all the headlines, there was one thing that's never been up for debate. Miley can sing. Over the years, she's tackled everything from rock classics to country legends, and each time her vocal power stops people in their tracks. Her covers of Jolene, Heart of Glass, and Nothing Else Matters proved she's not just pop royalty. She's a vocal chameleon with soul, grit, and unmatched range. Still, the industry didn't always give her credit. In recent years, Miley opened up about her journey with sobriety. After experimenting heavily in her early 20s, she stepped back, reevaluated, and began focusing on her health, mentally and physically. She's candid about the ups and downs, never claiming perfection. It's this honesty that makes her story resonate. She's not an icon because she's flawless. She's an icon because she's real. But even healing comes with backlash. Released in 2020, Plastic Hearts wasn't just a career pivot. It was a sonic resurrection. Leaning fully into glam rock and synth pop, the album was gritty, nostalgic, and definite. Collaborating with legends like Billy Idol and Joan Jett, Miley didn't just experiment, she owned it. Critics finally gave her the respect she deserved. It wasn't about being likable anymore. It was about being undeniable. And she wasn't slowing down. Whether it's dating rumors, sexuality speculation, or dramatic headlines, Miley's name stays in the tabloids. But instead of clapping back, she often leans in, with humor, with sass, or complete silence. Rumors claimed everything from secret marriage to feuds, but Miley remains unbothered. As she once said, "I am who I am, no apologies." It's that confidence that makes her untouchable. And sometimes silence says more than any statement. Miley has never just been an ally. Open about being pansexual and gender fluid, she founded the Happy Hippie Foundation to support LGBTQ plus youth, homeless teens, and vulnerable communities. In an industry full of performative activism, Miley shows up and puts her money where her mouth is. Because for her, this isn't a trend, it's who she is. Sometimes less is more. And when Miley steps away from theatrics and just sings, the magic is undeniable. Her NPR Tiny Desk concert, her backyard sessions, Each one showcases a masterclass in vocal control, raw emotion, and storytelling. You don't need pyro when your voice is that fire, and she still has more to prove. In 2023, Miley released Flowers, and the world exploded. It wasn't just a breakup anthem, it was a movement, empowering, catchy, and perfectly timed with rumors about her past. Fans devoured every lyric for clues. It debuted at #1 in over 35 countries and became her biggest hit in decades, as well as earned her first Grammy. Miley wasn't just back, she was unbeatable. And the best part? She did it all without a feature. Miley isn't done. With a new album on the way and speculation swirling about a secret collaboration, her next chapter could be the most explosive yet. But whether that's on stage, in the headlines, or taking a break from the chaos, one thing is clear: Miley Cyrus is more than just a pop star. She's a survivor, a shapeshifter, a storyteller. She's the artist of our generation. But maybe there's one stage left for her to conquer. After all these eras, reinventions, heartbreaks, and hits, there's still one performance that would seal the deal in the eyes of the world, and that is the Super Bowl. Miley Cyrus isn't just ready for it, she's overdue. With the voice, the catalog, and the presence to match, it's beyond time that one of the biggest stages in entertainment gave her the spotlight she earned. Because if anyone can bring generations together, burn it down, and build something unforgettable, it's Miley freaking Cyrus.